So let's say that right from here, I had a few questions, right? Can I get more info about checking accounts? This too is tied into our own content. So we know that we have free checking, we have interest checking, we have teen checking, and we have use savings, right? So in this particular case, let's go with interest checking. Boom, there we go. That's now details that it went out and grabbed from our own content, in this case, our website, and brought that detail back and populated it inside the chat experience. Right? So we can continue to ask other questions. And in this particular case, tell me about your savings accounts. And again, it went out, grabbed our content, and you can see all the different savings accounts that we have, pre-populated all that content right in the chat window. How's that for self-help? And boom, there we go. So now we're back on, I'm an agent or a teller or a CSR, and we have a member that's asking for a chat. So let's go ahead and accept that chat. And now we can start to use some of our quick replies to respond to that particular customer. So just a quick little /Q will give me a list of pre-baked questions. All right. And so we can just come into here and boom. Now we're having a direct two-way conversation with that member through Dynamics. When we go back over to our portal, you'll see that that information now just posted back to the chat window. Right. Now, in this case, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to look up the customer because they weren't pre-identified. That is certainly very possible. So Betty is the person in question. And now you can see that we've linked this chat conversation with Betty's record, and I can see details about Betty. We can see if there's any recent cases. If we did any pre-chat information or collecting of data, we'd see all those details there. But we can go ahead and if we would like to, while I'm having this conversation, right, so we can continue to use our quick questions and help ask more. And so, hi, you're chatting with, and watch, it will fill in my name. So it will fill in the name of your agent. If we go back, you'll see, boom, there we go. So personalized conversations through scripting. Yeah. And so from here, we can see additional details. We can get our 360-degree view and look at all the details about what our interactions have been with Betty. We can also use our scripting. And in this case, it says, you know, here, how do I greet the customer? And we just do a quick copy, paste, boom, and have another conversation. Right? We can even do things like do sentiment analysis. This is really great, says Betty. If we flip back over to customer service, notice that we have sentiment analysis here as well. So it will actually detect that throughout the conversations by doing textual analysis of sentiment of that conversation. Then from there, we can also use our Copilot to help answer additional questions, or maybe we want to write an email in reply. And so to do that, we just simply come into here, open up a new email, and then we can write a reply using our Copilot capabilities to help directly write the content of that email. Right? Then from there, it'll pre-populate and we can send that off. So once we've hopefully determined that we've closed out the case, we can go ahead, save and close this case. And once this now is closed and we're now ending the conversation, what will happen is a survey will get sent out and will get sent directly to the customer. And you'll see here is now using the customer voice capabilities. We'll start our survey. It'll load up the survey. And this is a standard NPS type of a questionnaire. And of course, we all love more cowbells. So let's hear it for cowbells. And now that information will also be tracked. It will not only be linked to that survey, but then it will also roll up to the member timeline so that we can see this history of interaction. And that'll give us an overall average score of our NPS for each of our members, right? Just using simple pre-built capabilities right in the application. Now, we can also, instead of Copilot, we can use our knowledge base. And the knowledge base then can use keywords. So let's just say this was related to HELOC. Then from there, it'll pull back any details, and we can also then use our built-in knowledge base to help answer those questions. So you've got several ways to help customers, right? So think about this from a productivity and efficiency perspective. We can use Copilot, we can use scripting, and we can use a knowledge base, all right from within the same experience. Okay. Now, let's say that I've closed out that case, right? We've sent out the survey. Let's go see if there's any customers that have been sending us emails through our combined email inbox tracking and monitoring. And we see that, yes, there is an email there. And so right from here, we can start to work our inbox queue and start answering questions that have come in through our general email inbox, right? And so now from here, we can go ahead and do the same replies, right? We can use the knowledge base. We can use Copilot. Let's just suggest a call, right? So we're going to go ahead and gather that information. It's using the past interactions to come up with the content of this email.